Okay. Okay. There we go. Let me go back up to this. Sorry, there was some sort of bug in my program before. Hey, Marceline. Hey, Dreama. Okay, I'm using my shitty laptop camera, so the visual's not going to be that great. But, hi. The other camera is packed away somewhere with Wayne's shit, and I'm not getting it out at the moment. So, it's late. I can't sleep because I took a stupid long nap yesterday, and I'm up. So I thought I would stream. I'm actually going to have a cocktail, which is very rare for me, but it is my birthday. And happy Thanksgiving also. Thanks. We have a new background, and yeah. So I'm trying this homemade, handmade Austin, Texas Tito's vodka with some grape Kool-Aid. We're keeping it purple. So, hi guys. I'm surprised there's people up this late like me. Or this early, depending on how you look at it. So I haven't been on. I haven't been streaming this whole week. Not since Saturday, since Wayne and I did our interview. So hi, and thank you for the birthday wishes. 51, can't believe it. How did I get this old? But yeah, you know, it's like once you start getting to this age, it's like, oh wow, another birthday. You know, the years just kind of zip by at this place, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, it's my birthday, so I'm having a little cocktail to celebrate, and also maybe to help me sleep. So, couple things I'm going to just prattle on about. Oh, are you? I didn't know you were that age, Marceline. For some reason, I thought you were younger. Hey, the 50s are the new 40s, right? So, yeah, I don't, you know, I'm not one that gets weird about my age. I don't always think it's just a number, but I don't get weird about my age. So anyway, I am going to bring up Onision. I mean, he was the last, I did mention him in my last stream also, but I'm going to bring him up. There's been a lot of shit going on with Onision, and he got his Patreon closed down, and he went through this weird sort of manic phase, it seemed like, and now he's taking a little week sabbatical or something, hiatus. But I am just going to say publicly, I don't know, you know, I was definitely, when I heard about all this stuff going on with him, I was sort of like, ew, gross, and, you know, something needs to be done and whatnot. And at this point, I'm sure if something does need to be done, whatever proper authorities, I'm sure, have looked into it at this point. So, you know, and I don't know. I'm just, fuck, another person on YouTube. What do I know? But I did say at one point publicly on Twitter that, you know, I would help the victims with this issue if necessary. and I am just going to say publicly, because it seems that he's taken some sort of interest in me, some sort of weird little interest, which I find funny since I'm no one, such a small YouTuber. But I have not cursed you, Onision, if that's what you're concerned about. I think that sort of whole thing took a life of its own, and I certainly don't feel like I had a lot to do with it. So I don't think I'm your problem, if you think that I am. So that's that. I was doing some dark moon work and some new moon work, and probably some of the more intense work I've done in a while. And if, you know, sometimes it just needs to be done, and it was done. The work is done, so I'm coming back up for air now. Good morning, Paranormal Voices. Yeah, so now I'm starting to come up for air. I'm not doing a big Thanksgiving thing this year. My original Thanksgiving plans went a little awry because of circumstances out of my control, and not having the Thanksgiving I wanted to have, so it's going to be a quiet one. I'm not cooking, and I normally cook a huge meal every year, so I'm not cooking at all, which is very rare. This may be the first Thanksgiving ever that I'm not cooking at all, or certainly it's the first one in a long time. But it is my birthday, and I'm also not having guests, so I can get out of it this year, which is nice for a change. I keep hitting my table, sorry. Yeah, it's nice to have a year off from the cooking, and I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood for a break. I've done Thanksgiving, I don't know, you know, God, 30 years worth of Thanksgivings. It's a lot of work. It's a big meal. I could practically do it blindfolded at this point, but, and it's a lot of cleanup. I know, I always cook, and I make a huge meal, and I'm a good cook, but I'm not doing it this year. And it is nice. It's a big load off, because, I mean, it's a project, and it's a lot of cleanup, and it's a lot of cooking, and a lot of prep, and everything else. I'm not doing it this year. It's my birthday. I'm not in the mood. My plans didn't go the way I wanted them to go this year, so that's that. It's a wrap. So, yeah, I'm just going to have a fairly relaxing day. Well, no, you wouldn't, of course. You wouldn't be celebrating it in the Netherlands. It's an American thing. But, hey, Chevy girl. So, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting birthday. Anyway, I have had a weird week, so I seem weird. It's like it is. It's been a weird week, and I'm starting to try to be normal again, which is not easy for me on the best of days. Okay, Marceline, take care, honey. So what else? I did watch a video right before I came live, which I'm going to put a link in the description. Let me see if actually, maybe I can find it right now and do that. This is a younger gentleman that somebody actually referred me to, somebody that I respect, you know, recommended him. I gotta look it up on my phone to see what his channel is. Hold on a second, give me a moment here. But somebody recommended him to me, instead that he's very young, but that they thought despite his age, this person said that he was knowledgeable and had some good videos, and this was a person that I have a lot of respect and admiration for, so I took his advice and I subbed this guy. I really hadn't watched any of his videos yet because, you know, I've just been busy, and I mean, Christ, there's so much stuff on YouTube, you can only watch so much. But he posted a video just a little while ago, and it caught my eye because this is something I've been interested in the past, and it relates to me. So let me just find his channel here. Hold on. There he is. Okay. And then I'll put the link to the video in my description, because if I do come across things that I find interesting, I do like to share them. Okay, here it is. Let me watch. Let me see. Can I share this like this? Copy the link or something. I don't want to play it. Hold on. Give me a second here, because I got to pause it and share it. And 2 seconds. Copy. Okay, I think we're good there. Copy. Yes. And then get rid of him. Bye-bye. And go to the description of my video. Can I do that while I'm live? I don't know, but I'm going to try. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Now let me go back. Hold on. And there I am. Okay. Is chat back? Yeah, chat's back. All right. Oh, yeah, those are little tiny ones. I actually got them at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section. They're kind of pricey. They were like $30, but we had a coupon or something, and there was a sale, and we got them kind of cheaper. But I like them too. Thank you. Yeah, it's coming out nice. I have a few more things to add to it still, but I like it. It's coming out nice. I'm pleased. So, yeah. Let me just see if that worked and it came up in the description. Hold on. Yes, okay. So I put a link to his video in the description, and let me just test the link. Now, he's talking about a 13th zodiac. I am going to correct his pronunciation. I forget how he was pronouncing it, but I believe it's Ophiuchus. He was pronouncing it, I think, Ophiuchus or some different way, but it's Ophiuchus. And I had heard about this before. I've only briefly researched it, but because it applies to my own birthday and my own astrological sign, I've always called myself a Sagittarius. But there is supposedly a 13th zodiac, and it's Ophiuchus, and I would be that zodiac. So, yeah, you should check out his video. He talks about it. It's interesting, and it seems to fit. It seems to fit. I mean, I do resonate with Sagittarius, and I always have, but I also resonate with this 13th zodiac. So check out his video, and if you're interested in that, and if you fall within the dates, I think it's November 21st to December 21st, this 13th zodiac, you might be interested in checking it out and seeing if it resonates with you. So, yeah, check that out. Interesting stuff. So that was interesting. And what else? I think I might do a quick session in a minute because it's been a while. And I'm in the mood. Sometimes I like to do these late night / early morning sessions. And especially if I'm on my own, sometimes I can get some interesting stuff. And What else was I going to address tonight? I think that's probably about it. Yeah, not too much else going on. I did, at the beginning of the week, it started out kind of shitty and weird because I met a new neighbor who was searching for a couple of his cats that he can't find. And I think people are getting to know me a little bit in the neighborhood as the animal person. So he came to me to see if I'd seen his cats. We do have a big property. We get a lot of animals here. And a lot of animals just seem to come through. And so I met and then he had told me about a cat that had gotten hit at the end of the road, and it was a calico, and I know a local cat that's a calico that I named Ivy that I'm friendly with. So I went to see this cat that had been hit to make sure it wasn't Ivy, because if it was, I was going to notify her owners and offer to bury her, because I like the cat, and I know that could be a tough job for someone if they lose their animal, to it getting hit, if it's a hit and run, and especially if the people don't notify. Please, if you hit an animal and you kill it with your car, try to find out whose animal it is. I mean, that's happened a couple of times on our street where people are running over animals, and people do zip pretty fast up and down our street, and we're a dead end. And, my neighbor's dog across the street got ran over, and they just hit it and left it, and it wasn't even dead. That kind of stuff really irritates me. That dog perhaps could have lived if it had made it to the vet. So, if you hit an animal, please stop and try to find the owner, or at least call the local animal control, or, get some help for the animal, or get somebody to come take care of it, so they can alert the owners, or get a vet if necessary, whatever. It's so rude to just run over an animal and leave it. Such a lack of respect for life. So I don't like that. So anyway, I was going to try to see if I could find out whose cat it was. It was a very pretty long-haired calico, and offer to bury it if necessary, but I couldn't figure out whose cat it was. I asked around a little bit. But the point is in amongst all that chaos, and it was a chaotic morning that day, so I ended up meeting this new neighbor and chatted with him and talked with him for a while. He met Wayne, and turns out he has a wife that's ill. She has cancer, breast cancer, which is very sad. And they have quite a few cats that are sort of like therapeutic animals for her. Yeah, I know, Dreama, me too. I mean, I don't really get too emotional over it anymore. I don't know why, but it depends if I'm connected to it or not emotionally. But, of course, it's not pleasant. But, if I'm not emotionally connected to the animal, like, I don't mind helping to bury it or dispose of it. So, anyway, I met this neighbor, and, he's a really nice guy, but he told me that he was having problems with animal abuse in the area, that someone was doing something to these cats' faces. Now, and he described to me kind of what he was seeing, and it sounds to me like they're putting some sort of muzzle or something on these cats' faces, or I don't know, tape me, I don't know, but whatever they're doing, it's not for anything good. Let's put it that way, okay? There's no reason to put anything on a cat's face at any time, So it disturbs me, it concerns me, it worries me, and whoever is doing that sort of behavior better hope and fucking pray I don't find them. Find out who they are. And I might not need to. So, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like abuse of animals, mistreatment, neglect, any of that. I don't like it. And so that was upsetting. And I've been particularly hit this week with just a lot of, the holidays there's a lot of death that goes on around the holidays. People seem to be dropping like flies, and that just happens. That happens. It's a pattern that happens, you know. A lot of times people try to make it to the holidays, and then all of a sudden they just die. They can't hold on any longer, you know, and they pass. So there's oftentimes a lot of death of family members around the holidays, which creates a lot of trauma, a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, a lot of stress, and you know, it just hits me, and like I just feel like I have a lot of negative emotions hitting me this week, and it can be hard to deal with sometimes. So I'm trying to roll with it, but that's going on, and you know, I got my own stuff going on that's just like difficult to deal with, and at a crossroads, so to speak, and a lot of stuff happening, which I'm sure you'll find out all about soon, but not tonight. So, yes, the roosters are crowing next door night and fucking day. They don't ever stop. There's a lot of roosters over there. Pretty sure the guy, well, I know he's raising roosters and chickens and he sells them. I think it's for nefarious purposes. Of course, I can't prove that. But there's a lot of roosters over there, and they're always fucking crowing all the time. And if a rooster is crowing like nonstop day and night, and if several of them are doing this, it means they're, you know, they're not psychologically right. So they're probably being, you know, not taken care of in the best way. Because a rooster shouldn't crow nonstop day and night, but ours do. Ugh. I don't think we'll be here long, and it's sad because I do love it here. I love Seven Oaks, been happy here, but there are some things we've learned about the neighborhood that make this a little bit less desirable of a neighborhood for me. And, you know, of course, I've had some issues with the animal neglect next door, finding out now about other animal neglect and abuse. You know, it seems like it's a popular area for dumping animals. Various shit that goes on around the neighborhood. I'm just thinking it might be time to start looking for somewhere else to live. Obviously, still in Louisiana and still in the New Orleans area and everything, but I think it's time to move on. I'm sensing it. So, yeah. You know, and we're just renting. We don't own here. So, and the guy also, the landlord told us he'd never be interested in selling. So I just, yeah, I'm feeling like changes in the wind. And sometimes change comes and you got to go with it. Everything changes. Things don't ever stay the same. And, I'm not always a huge fan of change, but oftentimes it's painful to go through the change, but then it's cathartic because it's often better and a blessing in disguise. So I try to remember that when change gets scary. And I hate moving. Who likes moving? It's a pain in the ass. Nobody likes it. It's a nightmare. So, yeah, but it's not too bad here. We don't have that much stuff. So, yeah. So that's that. No cooking for Heather tomorrow. Yeah, not too much else, I don't think. I'm trying to think if there was anything else fun I was going to talk about. I don't think so. I have some, ooh, there's a mosquito. I was just telling Wayne how there's no mosquitoes in the house, and I just saw one. I have some friends in town from the occult community that are moving here from California. I've known that for quite some time, that they were thinking about moving here, but they asked me to keep that under my hat, so of course I did. But now I can see they're talking publicly about it, so I know it's okay to say that. They're moving here. And I've been trying to make some plans with them to get together for a drink or dinner or whatever. And we haven't coordinated our schedules quite yet, but maybe Friday. We shall see. So that's nice and fun. And... Yeah, no, I really don't, Dreama. It's really not a big deal to me. Like I say, I've been through so many Thanksgivings and cooked so many meals that I don't know what Wayne and I are going to do. Maybe we'll go out to dinner or something. We have no plans as of yet, so I don't know. We'll see. But I'd be happy with a fucking pizza, quite honestly. I don't need to have a huge Thanksgiving meal. I've been trying to not eat as much lately and to slim down a little bit, so I haven't been eating a ton. Yeah, get a little bit more exercise, eat a little less. And that's, I mean, we're always trying to do that, aren't we? Especially as you get older. So I don't think, working on the wall was fun. We just decided we needed a little change. So we went to Hobby Lobby. I bought some stuff, put that stuff up. I think I'm going to I've got like a silver background on the wall and then, this gauzy tulle over it. I think I'm going to get some more tulle. But I think it's enough lights, and I might get a little bit more. I like this swamp mossy stuff in back of me. Where is it? Over here. And I like this silvery. I might get some more of the silver. Just a little nice, fun, different background for a change. A little less busy than the other one, and bright and whatnot. So we're happy with that, and I think, I haven't talked to them about this yet, but I think I might put off the interview we had scheduled for Saturday. I'm not positive yet. I'm still chewing on it, but there's a possibility I might put it off to the following weekend, bump it up a week. I'm not sure, but I'm going to be interviewing this guy who is very well known in the UFO community, and he's very interesting. I've heard him speak many times. Very interesting guy, interesting evidence to share about UFOs to do with the Phoenix Lights in Arizona. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Jeff and his wife, Pam, I believe, is going to come on with him too, and she usually doesn't, but I actually talked her into doing it. And she's and she's excited about it. So we'll be interviewing both of them. So that'll be fun. But I haven't decided yet, because it is Thanksgiving weekend. I don't know if people are going to be busy. It might be better to put it off a week. I don't know. I got to think about it, talk to Wayne, decide what we're going to do. So that's what's happening with that. But he is a very interesting guy, and that's going to be a fun interview. And his wife and I are pretty friendly. We talk now and again. So I'm glad she's going to get up there with him because she's seen most of this activity with him. So, I think her opinion and insight and input is relevant. And I had a conversation with Jane from Paranormal Voices just to make sure she didn't feel slighted or offended or like I was copying her YouTube name, because we named the series The Paranormal Voice, and she was very she was very nice about it. She wasn't irritated at all, and we had a nice private chat, and she was fine with it. I told her I was willing to change the name if she felt slighted or offended. And I don't like to step on people's toes. I don't like when people copy my stuff or Wayne's stuff. We don't like that. So we certainly don't want to do that to somebody else. And it was just an oversight. I really didn't think of her when I was naming the series. So I just wanted to make sure she didn't feel hurt about it or angry. And we had a nice chat, and she assured me she was fine with it, no problems, and that she had seen other YouTubers using that name as well, I guess. So she didn't seem to care at all. which is good. And so if she doesn't care, then I'm not going to change it. But I would have if she felt slighted. So it was good to have that conversation. And yeah, how are you guys doing? What are you all doing for Thanksgiving? Are you cooking? Are you up early to put the bird in the oven? Do you need any help, any advice on Thanksgiving meal tips or anything like that? God knows I've done it a lot of times. And what's my favorite Thanksgiving dish? I love a dish that I make that is not common. I don't see other people make this, but my grandmother always used to make it, and it's actually leeks au gratin, and that is one of my most favorite Thanksgiving side dishes. I love leeks au gratin. And I usually make that every year just because I like it so much. But I love turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce and mashed potato, all of it. Corn pudding. I make my grandmother's recipe for stuffing. It's a very simple, plain stuffing, very similar to stovetop, but homemade. And I use my grandmother's recipe. My maternal grandmother was the cook in the family, and I learned a lot of cooking from her. And then I did work in restaurants for a long time too, so I learned a lot of tips over the years about cooking. That was when I was really young, though. But cooking isn't hard. You know, if you just follow recipes, you can't really go wrong. But I do think it takes a little bit of flair, a little bit of talent. Some people have it, some people don't. Yeah. I don't stuff in the bird. When I make my stuffing, I do it in a pan in the oven. I remember one year my oven broke, and it was like a nightmare, and I had to use the neighbor's oven, and oh my God. Oh, you're Australian? Did I know that? I'm not sure if I did. Yeah, so you don't have Thanksgiving. Hey, Teresa. Happy Thanksgiving, honey. Are you cooking? I like Brussels sprouts. I love vegetables, period. I'm a vegetable girl. Can barely get Wayne to eat a vegetable to save my life. But I love vegetables. I like the jellied canned cranberry sauce, though. I can't get that out of me, you know. I grew up eating it. In fact, well, for my grandmother's big meals, she would serve both, like a jellied cranberry sauce and then like a homemade one. And I always went for the jellied canned one, and I still do. And I like the skin of the turkey. The crispy, crunchy skin with like the salt and pepper on it. Mmm. Oh, is Chris live? I saw that he was out of his surgery and wished him well and speedy healing. Quite a big surgery it looks like he had. Yeah, I like the skin. I like the white meat and the dark meat. Love gravy. I make a homemade gravy. And mashed potato. Oh, you were watching. I thought you said Chris. See, I'm like reading kind of far away. I thought you were talking about Chris. But he did just come out of his surgery. If anybody missed that, and he seems to be doing okay. I'm sure he's got a long recovery ahead of him. Chris from Spirit Encounters, I think is his YouTube name. Mark's friend from Cornwall goes hunting. Don't know about any drama going on in the paranormal right now, which is kind of nice. I still have to continue on with my 13 Reasons Why series, but it's kind of put on hold because the next video that I was going to make was a little bit of an expose, and I'm still waiting to get the proof. And I need that before I could go forward. It's kind of a big story, and I do want to present it, but I can't do it until I see the proof with my own two eyes. So the person, I'm going to talk to the person over the next couple days and see how that's progressing, because I would like to continue on with that series and then wrap it up. But it's on hold because I'm stuck on this one place where I'm at. So yeah, that's what's happening with that. Yeah. I'm actually going to do a quick little card draw while I'm sitting here chatting, because I'm in the mood. I've been doing cards every day. I try to, if I remember, but I don't always have the time. I do call it daily divination, but that doesn't mean I necessarily do it every day. I try. I try to use some sort of cards every day, or some form of divination every day. But I don't always do cards every single day. I try to. But sometimes life gets busy and you get out of the little everyday habits that you like. Oh, what's going on? That's a card out of place. You flip yourself over. I don't read reversals either. I don't know if any of you do cards, or if you do reversals. I don't. People are a little like divided on that, but I do not do reversals. Oh God, it's like I'm either sweating or freezing. I'm never comfortable here. I'm always hot or cold. No in between. When Wayne's here, I'm always flipping cold. All right, I had one card flip right over, and it's the Two of Cups. Oh, isn't that appropriate? Spirits love to fuck with me. It's very appropriate. Thank you. Okay, I get it. Oh, funny. See, that's why I think I'll probably have a good spirit box session. I can tell they're itching to tease me. Fuckers. Let's pull a card for Onision, just for fun, since he's having so many problems at the moment. I think I'm going to have to turn the... I'm either going to have to take I have like a... God, what do you call it? A thermal. Like a thermal, you know... Long johns. I have like the long johns on because I was outside for quite a while earlier. And it's kind of chilly tonight. It was really nice today, but it's chilly tonight. So I kind of dressed up kind of warm. And now I'm in the house and I'm sweating. But I did have the heat on earlier. So it's like back and forth, back and forth. Now I got the air on. Louisiana, you can't get comfortable. It's like, especially this time of year. I mean, at least in the summer, the spring and the summer is just hot. That's it, just hot. But here, it's like, this time of year, it's like, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. It's never freezing. You know, it gets cool and cold, but it doesn't get New England cold, really. A little bit, but not too much. But, man, this temperature right now is strange. I'm going to put the air on. Hold on, guys. Sweating. It's snowing? Oh my God. It's been so long since I had dealt with snow. Oh, you don't do cards, Teresa? Not everybody does, and not everybody has to. Some people are drawn to it. It's a little bit of a thing with me. In fact, I really want another deck right now. I think I'm going to order a deck today. I'm really in the mood for, I might order a few decks today, because it is my birthday, and I want to get some more decks for love readings specifically. That's what I'm looking for right now, and there aren't a ton that I love. I might eventually make some of my own, but I'm not going to do that right now, let's face it. So I think I'm going to order a few love decks, or at least one or two that I can do with love readings, because I really only have one that's very appropriate for love readings. I mean, you can use the regular tarot for love readings, but and you know, and that's good, but I like something that can be a little bit more, you know, that can add to it, just be maybe a little bit more specific and detailed. So I like a good love oracle deck. And I've been looking at some. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for Onision now. Well, that one's coming up pretty clear. I'm not going to talk about it, though. If he's interested, he can research it himself. I'm not at the point where I want to do him any favors. So, yeah. I did, you know, there's one love deck that's very popular that a lot of people use for love readings. That's the Romance Angels, but it's a Doreen Virtue deck, and I'm not buying any of her decks. I don't, you know, and I don't even, like, I kind of like it. It's not a bad deck, but it's just on principle, I refuse to get a Doreen Virtue deck because she has completely done a huge turnaround and sort of no longer believes in tarot and oracle decks, supposedly, although I heard she's maybe making Christian ones, so that doesn't really make any sense to me, but whatever. But now they're evil and, you know, bad and all that, but so is yoga and, you know, all other sorts of things to her. I got this other deck that I'm actually going to, I haven't really played with this one too much, but I have this one in front of me too. This is the Spells deck. It's kind of a cool deck, but I haven't really worked with it that much yet. It's different. It's more of a fun, in my opinion, it's a little bit more of just like a fun deck. You could, I suppose it could aid in a reading, but I don't know that I would ever use this with a reading with somebody else. Maybe I would use it for myself for fun. I don't know that I would use it for a real reading. It just doesn't seem to fit too much for a real reading. But I pulled the water card for myself. An invocation for water to be used when calling in the elements during a circle or summoning of the magic tides. Face the west direction of your circle. Fuse a compass. Oh, it says use a compass for assistance. Hold up your athame and recite the following. Mary meet, west, element of water. With your waves we welcome change and healing and ask for your cleansing renewal. In our right, so mote it be. When closing a circle, Mary part west. We thank you for guiding, teaching, and illuminating our right. See, like, I wouldn't do something like that. But that's me. I think it's a little hokey, personally, but whatever. I got it, you know, just because I like to have a big collection of decks, but I don't know how much use I would have for this one. I don't know. I'm going to look at it a little bit more. If I don't feel like I'm going to really use it, I might pass it on to somebody. Sometimes, you know, I do occasionally get a deck that I'm just like, I don't know that I'm going to use this a lot, you know. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but I don't know that I'll get a lot of use out of it. And I don't need to build up a collection just to collect and have them. I want to be using what I have, and if I'm not using it, I'll pass it on, you know? So, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. I did get this little remnant when I was getting the fabrics for this. It's got like little crowns and hearts on it, and it's sort of like that ombre. It's like blue, fades into green, which fades into purple. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with it yet. I've just been wrapping my deck in it for now. But it was just a little remnant they were getting rid of for like $3, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that. I like collecting all different sorts of fabric. I could use it for all sorts of stuff. Then I have this deck, which I really like. This is Terry Foss, and I love this deck. It's enormous. And this was the last run of these big decks that she is going to do ever, I think. So this is done. You can't get these anymore. But it's a great big deck. But the cards are beautiful. She's such a nice artist, and the cards are gorgeous. I really love these cards. I love to use these to aid in reading. I mean, they're just so pretty, if nothing else. I mean, they just have like one word on them, like a little keyword, but and you can't really shuffle it. Like it, you know, you can't do like a bridge shuffle because they're just too big. But now she does a smaller, like deck size, you know, tarot deck size, small deck, something you can shuffle. But they're more expensive, which is weird because they're smaller. But I think it's because they're mass produced, and they've also got the gold gilding like on the edge. But this is the card that just popped out of the deck for me. Radiant. Hopefully that's what I will be all day, despite the lack of sleep. Yeah, they're very, very pretty cards. It's a nice fall one there. Very, very pretty cards. She's got great stuff. She sells some of her prints, too, on her Etsy site, I think, or wherever she sells her stuff. She might have her own website. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, I think I'm going to do 2 quick sessions. I'm going to use the 587 just for fun because I haven't turned that on in a long time. And then I'm going to run my number 7 per usual. The box that I am so in tuned with. So I'm just going to run the 587 real quick. You might not be able to hear this super well. It's kind of quiet. Hi, Spirits. It's Ghost Queen. Oh, there's that buzz. You know why? Because I have that light on. Hold on. Let me turn that light off. Wait a minute, Spirits. My outdoor spotlight, we figured out, is what creates the buzz. Does anybody want to come through? I just heard him say Heather. I have to say, because I'm using the Dark Stars now for so long, it's harder and harder for me to catch things live with the 587. I think I'd be more apt to catch things on review with this. And this is one of the ones, too, that I always found a lot of layers to the communication, and sometimes you really have to dig deep. And you can get some real clear, deep communication, though. I still will always love the 587, but it takes a lot of work. You definitely have to record the sessions and then go through them at length. I thought they said something about vaping. I just heard a child. That makes me want to put on the other box. That was weird. I just heard something outside. Yeah, I'll always love the 587. I don't use it a lot anymore, but mostly because of that reason, because I really feel with the 587 you have to record the sessions and you really have to review them deep. And for me, I would, really make a project out of reviewing the sessions and stuff, so I just don't really do it anymore because it's a lot of work, and I don't know. I just don't. And I don't use it that much. And I mean, listen to the difference, so. Hi, Spirits.
Handle all aspects of the publishing process.
I heard a child come through on the 587. Can you come through on this box?
Sleep better on a beauty rest. Queen said and get a free.
Sweet. There.
All those places.
All.
Did anybody hear what I just heard? Someone I don't like.
This is classic.
That was classic.
Little. And saying so.
Ooh, did you hear that? That was a kid talking about an angel. Make a light. Can the child come through again?
We are looking.
Hi.
And Storm.
I got my ghosty here, Mr. Spooky, Prince Spooky, for the kitties.
Storm never. The rainy. News.
Are you familiar with the 13th zodiac? Ophiuchus?
399. Taxes.
And
So.
that's a weird sound. What's evil? Did you say Eve?
Oh,
Yeah, but they would.
Can the child come through again?
For the trade.
Cecil? Hi.
Favorite?
Members. Gig. Amber.
Secret? Unpop.
Did you say I'm hot?
You're hot.
Ah, you're hot. I said, did she say hot? And he goes, you're hot. Well, thank you kindly. Did they say fuck him? Cookie? Now they're getting funny.
You what?
You love me? Yes, I love you. Did you just call me Eve again? My name is not Eve. I'm Heather, Ghost Queen. Are you saying Eve symbolically? I thought they said like all the books here. Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up. You have anything to say before I go? Devils? What about the devils? Get me? They're not gonna get me. Thanksgiving. Trust me, they're not gonna get me. I thought they said something about the Bible. 5 of them? Are there 5 devils here? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So you notice how they always get chatty every time I say I'm gonna go? That almost sounded like a baby crying.
You get a present?
Well, I don't know. Am I gonna get a present?
Holidays? Get a digital.
Whoops. Okay, last chance. Did they say Emily? That's my daughter's name and my grandmother's name. Are you talking about my grandmother, Emily? And if so, what was her nickname? You're right. Prescription drug. Prescription drug?
Yum, oyster.
Anything.
It's extra crumbled up. No. Let's get it. If you can.
If I can't find what? I thought they said something about sounded like the devil there.
Fan of those.
That was clear. Yes, it's me, the devil. The devil in a red dress.
Albert. Oh, you see.
All right, spirits, I'm going to say goodnight. Bye for now.
It's been incredible.
Not a bad little session. Got a few things come through. Yeah, I heard a few weird sounds in there during that session. Always interesting sessions. Never dull. I love to get the kid voices come through, though, for some reason. I don't know. I do. It's interesting. Yosuke Hanamura Manko. I don't know what that means, but hello and welcome to the stream. The vape keeps making me cough. I don't know why. I must have it like on a weird setting or something. It keeps making me cough. I think I got to turn it down. It's turned up too high. For me, I think Wayne turned it up really high when he just cleaned my tank and put a new coil in there, and he turned it up way too high, I think, than I usually do it. And I'm just realizing that I've been doing that for about 2 days, and that's why I keep coughing. I'm gonna turn it way down because he takes a lot stronger hits than I do. Much better. Oh, Christ. It's like ripping the shit out of my lungs. That's better. I vape at a lower voltage than he does. He vapes at like 80. I vape at more like 60. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. I was just popping in to say hi. And wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And probably going to come on during the day tomorrow at some point, or the evening, on the actual Thanksgiving day, on my birthday, later in the day when it's more normal time. I'm probably going to come back on again, stream a little bit, and when I'm a little bit more up and awake and having fun. So thanks for joining me and hanging out with me during my insomnia. And yeah, hope your Thanksgiving meals go nicely and smoothly. Try not to get too stressed with family and partners. Holidays are a stressful time of year. And good luck at work, Dreama. And have fun in Australia, Chevy girl. Is it summer there? One of my closest friends is in Australia, but I haven't asked him lately what the weather's like. Teresa, hope you get some sleep. And yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. And happy Thanksgiving. Be well. And I will see you later. I'll come back again tomorrow, or later today, rather. Pop on again. So, yeah, try to get some rest, everybody, if you can. And I'll see you later. Good night, guys. Good morning, good night. See you later. Be good, but not too good. Bye, guys. I don't know how to stop it, actually. I got to go back to the other screen. I'll see you later today. Here we are. Okay. Bye.